Let's bring in Louisiana Republican Congressman Mike Johnson, serves on the House Judiciary Committee. And sir, good morning to you. Thank you for your time. You should say good afternoon. That is force of habit right there. My bad. What do you expect to come from this today, sir?
Well, this could be a blockbuster moment. We've needed another breakthrough. You know, the House has been doing our responsibility, our duty under the Constitution, and that is to investigate these alleged bribery and extortion scandals, these abuses of power. And the more stones that we overturn, the more scandals we uncover. And this is a key witness. Of course, Mr. Archer was intimately involved in the personal and business affairs of Hunter Biden and very likely his father. So what he says today in that room will have a big bearing, I think, on the direction of these investigations.
Okay, you're knee deep in this investigation. Why are you not in Washington listening to this in person?
Oh, I wish I could be there. I'm not on the Oversight Committee. I serve on House Judiciary and the Weaponization Committee. And this is particularly and specifically an Oversight Committee hearing. So we have key members there. Jim Jordan, who is the chair of the House Judiciary Committee, as you know, and also on Oversight, is there in the room, as are other members. And, of course, our expert professional staff who are deep in the weeds on all the evidence. And they'll be asking Mr. Archer questions, you know, for 2 hours. The Republican side has 2 full hours. And I think it's going to be very, very revealing.
When do you
find out?
Yeah, when do you believe that we will learn about what he said? Could that be this afternoon?
Well, it may be. I expect some of our members may be talking to the press after this. Chad just mentioned there in his report that the full transcript will be available in 3 to 4 days, and that will be anxiously anticipated by a lot of people. You know, what we believe Mr. Archer is going to say is that he was involved in these exchanges on the telephone, for example, conference calls where the president himself was involved, being introduced to these foreign oligarchs and foreign business dealings that Hunter was involved in. And of course, that goes directly against everything he has said from the beginning about this. And we think this corruption goes back several years, all the way back to when he was vice president. This is a serious, serious matter.
Devin Archer, a lot of viewers just really getting to know this man right now. He goes back for years with Hunter Biden when it comes to business. However, he's about to go to jail. And if you look at this guy's call for number 2, sentenced to a year in prison for securities fraud and conspiracy charges, hasn't happened yet. Ordered to pay $15 million in forfeiture and $43 million in restitution, and losses appealed just about 3 months last month in the month of June. What is his incentive to cooperate today?
Well, nobody can get into the mind and the heart of Mr. Archer, but my suspicion is that he wants to come clean. He has nothing to lose now. He is going to be sentenced to prison for his involvement with the Native American tribes and all of that. But that doesn't change the value of what he has witnessed, the evidence that he has. And you see the Democrats pulling out every stop, including the Department of Justice. I mean, whether or not they were trying to suggest that he should immediately be imprisoned over the weekend is not the point. It's the brazen intervention. They're following a playbook the Democrats in Congress have used in our Weaponization Committee investigation, for example. They try to intimidate the witnesses, and then they try to discredit the information they bring forward. I don't think it's going to work here. I think there are too many sources of evidence and backup for this, and I think that people are seeing right through it.
Okay, I got 1 minute. I got 2 more topics. The DOJ move with the letter on Saturday. Did you read much into that? Because apparently Archer's lawyers did not.
Well, we did, because as I was saying, this is kind of the playbook. We should have expected it. A letter on a Saturday? I mean, come on. Everybody can see right through it. Myself and other members of Judiciary were ready to jump on planes last night and come to D.C. because if indeed they had tried to prevent him from testifying today, which is what it looked like, we would have hauled Merrick Garland himself in for questioning. This goes all the way to the top, and that's the great concern that everybody has.
All right, last point. On Friday afternoon, the president made a bit of a joke about impeachment, which Kevin McCarthy suggested an impeachment inquiry should take place. First, here's what he said on Friday.
Earlier this week, the Washington Post suggested Republicans may have to find something else to criticize me for. Now that inflation is coming down, maybe they'll decide to impeach me because it's coming down. I don't know. I love that one.
What you think of that comment?
It's not a joking matter. The president may try to make light of this, but we don't. This is not about politics. It's about our constitutional responsibility under Article 1 and Article 2. The House has the responsibility to pursue these things. The president has been accused of bribery. That's one of the listed causes for impeachment in the Constitution. We have no choice in this. We have to follow the facts where they lead. and he's not taking it seriously enough. But the people are, Bill, and that's the point.
Mike Johnson, thank you for your time. The Republican from Louisiana. We'll see what we get maybe later today or not. Thank you, sir, for coming on today.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Doocy.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.